Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Andrea Chisholm. The government is expecting to collect $924.4 billion in tax revenues in the next fiscal year, which begins in April. This will help to fund the country's $1.3 trillion budget. Javon Keys has the breakdown of the projected tax revenue inflows.
Income tax revenues are expected to lead the tax haul with $321.7 billion projected for collection. That's up from the $251.8 billion estimated income tax inflow for the current fiscal year. This fiscal year, general consumption tax leads the expected tax income at $279 billion. Going into the new fiscal year, while the category will then be the second largest tax earner, the sums expected to come in from GCT are expected to reach $300.9 billion. Special consumption tax is forecast to be lower at $99 billion compared with the $104 billion estimate for this year. Taxes from customs, particularly import duties, should account for $66 billion of the 2024-2025 tax earnings. For the 2023-2024 period, this segment is set to earn the country $63.5 billion. Total education tax collection is forecast at $53.6 billion, up from this year's $48 billion. The government anticipates $34 billion to come from travel taxes. Total revenue from guest accommodation room taxes is set at $3.97 billion, up from $3.59 billion. Collection resulting from stamp duties will go up marginally at $13.1 billion. Betting, gaming and lotteries duties, fees and levies is projected to move from $9.7 billion to $11.3 billion. Environmental levy fees are set to marginally increase from $6.62 billion to $6.69 billion. Less tax revenues are expected from the licensing of motor vehicles. This bracket is forecast to rake in $5.5 billion, down from $5.89 billion this year. Telephone call tax income is to decline, with an estimated $3.19 billion to be earned versus $3.6 this fiscal year. Fees from telecommunication licenses are expected to decline from $1.84 billion to $581 million. Contractors' levies should reach $3.14 billion. Quarry tax $91.6 million. The category Other Licenses is set to see a substantial decline from $1.27 billion for 2023-2024 to $361.6 million for 2024-2025. This category includes fees from the licensing of gaming machines, customs brokers, and tourist shops. The tax haul of $551 million from import tax licenses through the Trade Board rounds out the $924.38 billion in tax revenues expected to be earned from April this year to March 2025. For the Business Day, I'm Javon Keys.
Trading ended today with banks and cambios selling the US dollar for an average $154.78. The Canadian dollar is being sold for $117.05. The pound is going for $195.23, while the euro is selling for an average $169.63. And to the stock market now, the JSE index lost 3,054 points today, while the junior market declined by 11 points. Among the 35 winners, JMMB Group 7% VR Jamaican dollar cumulative redeemable preference shares, 138 Student Living Jamaica variable preference shares, 138 Student Living Jamaica ordinary shares, Paramount Trading Jamaica, and G West Corporation. The 55 losers were led by Cygnus Credit Investments, Quiche Insurance Company, Jetcon Corporation, Kingston Wharves, and Sagicor Real Estate X Fund. 17 stocks closed the session selling at the same price they started trading. And that's it for the Business Day. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Good evening.